a story of some village where they didn't have some water supply. So they didn't have access to water in any way. The water that they had was located far, far away from the village. So the elders in the community, they decided to sit together, discuss, and find a solution. So they actually found the solution at that point was to employ two people. That those two people will compete against each other to make sure that they get water. So competition is normal, right? So they hired Ed and Bill. So Ed at that point actually bought 2 buckets of water, and then he was running back and forth to get water into the village. But the other guy, Bill, disappeared, right? He disappeared for a year. So Bill had no competition at that point in time, so he was just howling. He was just making so much money. The work was tiring and it was tedious, but he was doing it. Until the other guy came a year later. When he came a year later, throughout that year that he was absent, he did a business plan. After doing a business plan, he had investors. After investors, then they implemented what we call a pipeline. So this pipeline was connecting water from the rivers, from the rivers into the villages. So that pipeline enabled him to not be there because he created a system. So that actually ensured that the other guy went out of the competition. He couldn't compete because he didn't have the capacity to compete with a pipeline that is running 24/7. And it was much cheaper, providing a better quality of water, rather than a bucket that sometimes does not even have lids, is not covered, so the capacity is not even enough. But what I'm trying to say in this story, what am I trying to say? The question that you must ask yourself is, in whatever you are doing, are you hauling buckets or are you building a pipeline? So when you are hauling buckets, it's actually the hard way of doing things that is not sustainable. But if you are building a pipeline, you are building something that is a system that can work by itself, right? Think about it. Whatever you are doing in your life, think about it and see that you ensure that you build a pipeline and not haul buckets. It is the big elephant. Ndokuria manage. Patience pays off. Cheers. I'm out. See you in the next one.